Wellness Elevation Solar Family, rise and shine. A wise man once said, be very cautious and careful with the narratives that you are fed as it pertains to news media, because they're very deceptive. And the main thing I'm focusing upon today is specifically the alleged forest fires that took place a few days ago in the northwest of Ontario, Canada, BC, and Quebec areas. Keep in mind that forest fires do happen and naturally recur. However, you also have to keep in mind that false narratives can be fed to you regarding what is happening. You have to ask yourself, what is the cause of the forest fires? They told you that it was caused based on the hot temperatures we've been having here for the past few weeks of 35 degrees to 40 plus degrees Celsius, which created the dry weather, dry soil, which allowed the plant vegetation to start drying out, and it makes them more flammable when some type of cause happen, like for example a lightning spark or some kind of people lighting fires in the forest when they're doing their little campfires and they don't put out the fire properly, stuff like that. But they were making claims that it was a lightning storm or lightning that struck certain areas in the forest that caused these massive forest fires all over the place. Over 100 forest fires allegedly throughout all of northwest going to east in Ontario, Canada, from BC, Ontario, into Quebec. So my brothers and sisters, the true test of this is we're going to see how the shadow powers move, because a lot of forest area was damaged. A lot of area was damaged allegedly. So are they going to allow the forest to recover, or are they going to bring in mining operations or construction in those areas and build it up? That's the true test to see if they're telling you the truth. Sun raising, your consciousness of confidence. Sacred culture. You know what time it is. Enlighten your world. Do not be deceived. Always do your own research. Always do your own investigation, my brothers and sisters. Check things out for yourself. And in my point of view, my perspective, I consistently go to several different forests that are nearby me, and I did not see any signs of serious concern when it pertains to dryness and streams that were in the area of the forest that I go to drying out. That would cause a concern. In my view, no, it wasn't that serious. At least it wasn't that serious. However, you have to leave your mind open, but at the same time, filter through and investigate and research yourself to know what is fact from fiction or deception. Because deception is mixing lies and truth together, so it becomes more convincing. So keep in mind on how the shadow powers, the government decides to move. Is it a genuine forest fire? We don't know that yet. We're just going to have to pay attention to our environment, see who's flying over, pay attention to the planes flying over, pay attention to who's walking around in the forest and what they're doing, pay attention to your environment, watch to see if the land gets sold to outside corporations and countries for whatever purpose, whether it's for mining minerals or for building of construction and creating more communities and cities. Pay attention to those things. Because if it really wasn't naturally occurring, the so-called government would restore the forest. They would do everything they can to restore the forest and allow the forest to grow itself back. if it was really a natural occurring fire as they claim. If you see any other motives of construction and mining, or that land being sold for any purpose, then you know something's going on and you know that you've been deceived. The only thing that's going to be respectable here and honorable here is to allow the forest to grow back and assist in the restoration by planting the trees, planting the biodiversity back there. That's the only honorable thing to do if it really was a naturally occurring thing. Allow the forest to regenerate itself, revitalize itself in that area. If it was truly a naturally occurring disaster via alleged lightning storms and not done by people arson or any of that. We're going to see. Just keep your eyes open, keep your senses open, pay attention to those environments and check it consistently and thoroughly and see what goes on. The only acceptable thing here is to allow the forest to grow back if this was just a natural disaster as they claim. Anything else would be very suspicious. And that is a fire of truth, my brothers and sisters. You know what time it is. Rise and shine. Enjoy the rest of your day.